let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Six.
It's beautiful.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Let's get this day started. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Chevrolet of Granger. June is bringing big Chevy savings. Get 0% for 5 years on eligible 2026 Silverado models. Or drive home the popular Trax with 2.9% financing or a lease for as low as $299 a month. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. Hello there, Ross Peterson.
Hello.
Hello.
Yesterday flew right by us. I didn't even realize it till a friend sent me a text last night. Yesterday, June 17th, the documentary 30 for 30, June 17th, 1994. So yesterday was what would that have been? 32 years since the O.J. Simpson. So in one day, the day that O.J. got caught up in the Bronco chase.
Okay.
Al Cowlings
was driving the Bronco.
FIFA World Cup had kicked off in Chicago that day. Arnold Palmer played his last round of golf at the U.S. Open. The NBA Finals were in action. Knicks Rockets in a classic Game 5 that night. Stanley Cup Finals. The New York Rangers won the championship that night. That all happened in the same day.
Really?
Yeah. All happened within a few hours of each other.
You were still in high school in 1994, right?
Yeah, we were driving. We were going to hang out with relatives in like Fort Madison. We were driving and I think listening to parts of it on the radio or something. I remember pulling up to a gas station and my brother getting out and running back to our car and like, "Are you guys listening to the news?" And he's like, "Oh, OJ's like running from the cops." Because I think he'd killed. Those people died a few days before. Nicole and Ron Goldman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't remember the sporting events that were taking place. You mentioned the Knicks. You mentioned Arnold Palmer. You remember, you mentioned the World Cup starting in Chicago. I do remember I was on KPTM television in Omaha. I was a sports director there, and I was a young sports director. And I was doing the play-by-play of the Bronco chase. And it was me, and I think Tamara Bowen was the anchor's name. And this was before, because it was a Fox affiliate at the time, and I don't believe Fox in 94 had like this national circuit to where you could break into CBS, ABC, or NBC. So we took this like CNN feed, and it was happening, I believe, while because we did a 9 o'clock news. We did an hour 9 o'clock news. And I just remember sitting there describing a low-speed Bronco chase. I don't remember anything that happened in sports that day. But I do remember
it was
that.
A wild day. ESPN did a whole 30 for 30 about it. That was yesterday, June 17th.
32 years ago?
Yeah.
Man, if that doesn't show you, because there's people listening to the show that weren't born when that happened, don't know the significance of it, but let it be a reminder to you, if you weren't born, time goes fast. Time flies by.
Do the things you want to do, because time's going to go quick.
And you can't take your stuff with you. You're going to die eventually. Don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. My wife had to get me that book at one point.
And OJ, a good example of, don't build statues till people are dead. Give people a chance to screw things up, because they're probably gonna. He was like, it's hard to, if somebody is 30 something years old, it's hard to know who O.J. Simpson was in 1992. Yeah, he was a Hall of Fame running back, but he's like The Rock, kind of.
Doing movies, doing Hertz Rent-A-Car commercials.
Right, jumping over running through the airport. He had like classic commercials. He was in the Naked Gun series. What was his name? He had a funny, I mean, but he was a punchline in the Naked Gun series. And then a slow Bronco chase.
Well, a couple murders happened beforehand, but you're right. The slow Bronco chase.
I'm just saying what the court said. You just said.
Yeah, they said not guilty. They didn't say innocent. They said not guilty. He did lose the civil case. Wow. Didn't he call? I'm trying to think. Did he call? And I didn't know you were dropping this on me, which is fine. I like having these conversations. Didn't he call Bob Costas from the Bronco? Didn't he called somebody? Was it Bob Costas?
I don't have my Mac with me right now, so I can't Google
check.
it. Okay, all right. There is something in my head about him being on some sort of TV show while they were in the Bronco, but I don't think so.
Okay, here's what AI says.
Okay.
During the infamous 1994 white Bronco chase, O.J. Simpson called 911 himself to express his despair and suicidal intentions. He and his driver, Al Cowlings, also attempted to reach sportscaster Al Michaels and Bob Costas, though Costas was anchoring Game 5 of the NBA Finals and was not able to answer. Pick up the fucking phone, Bob! Come on, Bob! I want to talk to you!
Can you imagine Costas' phone ringing and he's like, who is calling me in the middle of Game 5? Who is calling me? If this is my mom, Dad better be dying. If this is OJ, he better have.
Additionally, Cowlings made a well-known 911 call inside the vehicle to plead with dispatchers to back off so he could safely get Simpson to his mother's house. So he did attempt to call Bob Costas, and I wonder if Al Michaels was like, you probably had the big brick phone in 1994, right? You didn't have caller ID. You had a phone that was bigger than your arm. Al Michaels like, I know that number. I'm watching on TV. I'm not picking up this phone.
Remember when, Rev, listen, this is appropriate. Remember when this latest thing that Tiger went through? Did you ever see the video of that?
No.
Dude, he walks up to the cop and he's like, sorry, I was on the phone with the president. And the cop's like, what? Yeah, I was on the phone with Trump. Sorry.
I mean, if you're calling Bob Costas and Al Michaels, what do you think they're doing for you?
You know, the conspiracy theory there is they were just, there was just a distraction for his kid. Conspiracy theory is that his kid is the one that's the actual.
I've heard that one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Where are his kids now? They've kind of like disappeared. Was it like the kid was like a chef or something, right?
Dude, I don't know where my kids are right now. You mean where OJ's kids are?
I don't know where my kids are right now. Well, hopefully they're in bed at their mom's house.
I have no idea what OJ's kid is up to. None. You could tell me he's a chef in Des Moines. I wouldn't know it. Tried to hit a new restaurant last night. There's a place that apparently is closing down. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Clyde's or something. I don't know.
Oh, I think I saw this in the news. It's a pretty famous restaurant or pretty well known.
Apparently the chef is pretty famous. I didn't even know about it. And then tried to go there last night. It was an hour and a half wait. I'm like, how's this place closing? How's it like? Didn't even get to eat there. Clyde's, Ryan says. Clyde's Fine Dining. Yeah, that's it. to run the East Village, but apparently it's shutting down. So
best way to drive people to your restaurant is just tell them you're closing, because they're like, we got to go there one more time. I think I saw a story on one of the news sites that said the restaurant's doing okay, but he's been doing it a while, and it's just like it's time to go try something new.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good.
I'm going to a restaurant tonight with our buddy Pat, so I'll be out enjoying the fine dining scene. I don't know if it's going to be fine, but it'll be food. And by the way, got an update. O.J. Simpson's two youngest children, Nicole Brown Simpson / Sydney, now 40, and Justin, now 37, live in relative anonymity in St. Petersburg, Florida area, where they both work in real estate.
Neat. Spaghetti Works was closed for years. That's true. Spaghetti. That it is a good trick. It works for me. It happened. There was another place that was shutting down, and the owner put out a thing, said, "Hey, think I'm going to shut this place down." He'd supported a couple local things. I thought, I'm going to go support this guy. And I went there, and yeah.
Well, the next time you're over my way, if you want to go to Spaghetti Works, we have two here, so I'm good. You can pick one of the two. One of the two. Ross, I know how much you love politics. You love politics.
Okay.
The Polk County Board of Supervisors is playing politics, and they have a good moral high ground to go to, meaning that, they're looking out for the taxpayer. They're looking out for the everyday person to make sure the county gets the best deal. Well, for the past 20 years since the Iowa Event Center opened, the Oakview Group, or a version of the Oakview Group, remember, Chris Connolly worked for a different one, but they were sold and consolidated, has basically worked with a no-bid contract, meaning they've managed the Iowa Event Center for the past 20 years, and I think we can all agree that they've done it quite well. That the Iowa Event Center, Wells Fargo Arena, now Casey Center, has performed probably better than most people thought it would when it was built. Wells Fargo pulled its sponsorship. Hy-Vee pulled its sponsorship of the event center. Those were replaced by bigger contracts. Casey's is on an escalating deal at, I believe, at 4% a year. They're paying like $1.4 million this year, going up next year 4% after that. You look at the NCAA tournaments that have come to town. You look at the concerts that have come to town. I think there's only 2 years, Ross. Now, I could be wrong here, so this is just an opinion, but I'm going off kind of just quick research. There's only been 2 years, I believe, that money has not been returned to Polk County. That would have been like year number 1 of the arena and the COVID year. I may be off 1 or 2, but for the most part, that thing financially has been successful. And a lot of people will say, you should bid this thing out. You should get the best deal. Now, I work in a business where we have a lot of repeat business. Meaning, when you become ingrained to when you think, I don't think most people in Des Moines know who the Oakview Group is. And that's a good thing, because they've assimilated to almost be part of the county and part of the city. It's like, oh, they're a functioning department of the county or the city. Now they're going to spend $200,000 on a consultant to go out for a request for proposal to basically look for a new management company of the Iowa Event Center. The Oakview Group is expected to put a bid in or an RFP in. But there's a lot of things here to unravel. The current contract with Oakview Group expires in September, Ross. September
this year of 2026.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So exactly. And the board was divided. The vote was 3-2, with Matt McCoy leading the charge to do things differently. And if you're going to do an RFP process, You have to do an RFP process months in advance, not 2 months in advance. This process, if you were going to go down this road, should have started in December of last year, maybe November of last year, to do a proper vetting, to do your due diligence, to let organizations and companies actually prepare. There are ramifications of this, meaning the contract expires in September. You could have somebody come in, and Oakview is not the largest event management group out there. There are bigger companies that do this in bigger cities, meaning they have purchasing and buying power. And I know the game. You can go in for a lower fee to get your foot in the door and then hope that it works out. But you're talking about 20 years of relationships with Catch Des Moines, with Drake, with Iowa State. We've assimilated into the community. Jobs are on the line here. Yeah, people that have been ingrained in at the Iowa Event Center, who know that, who have established relationships and trust. And as a taxpayer, I understand why you're like, we need the best deal. I'm going to tell you right now, the cheapest deal is not always the best deal. It's not. Your thoughts on do you want chat? To me, if it's not working, you go, hey, we're not on the same.
But if it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
Bingo.
Travis, you hit it on the head there at the end, man. It's 20 years of relationships. Think about this. That Chris Conley, it seems like he has been the general manager of that space since it started. That might not be that isn't true. He isn't the very first general manager, I don't think. But doesn't it feel that way? Think of the times and not just our access to him to be able to have him on to talk to us about what's going on behind the scenes. But because of that access, think of the things that we know, the things that he's been a part of fighting for Des Moines, for us to have NCAA type of events. And I love the fact that people don't know the name Oakview. You could have asked me before you started this story, Ross, what's the name of that group that Conley was trying to been like, oh man, what is it called? Like Sinclair or something like that. It's got I know he works for some event management company, but I can't tell you the name of it because I know the people. We know the people that work down there that have made a living, a career out of that promoting that arena, running that arena, getting cool events here that name somebody you know that hasn't been to that arena in the last 10 years, that didn't go down there for a rodeo or a Taylor Swift concert or a heavy metal concert or a rap concert or a comedy show
or a pool tournament.
Or a wine fest or a wrestling tournament, like the number
or a fundraiser in the convention center.
Amen. Right. I was there for a couple weeks ago, the gala. How many times have you been to a gala down there at the event center? And for the overwhelming majority, that's local kids, people, men and women. It's not the Oakview Group. That's the name of the corporation that pays them, and but a lot of that would change. And if you haven't had the joy of being in a corporate world long enough for when a new boss shows up, let me walk you through the joys of this. Every 6 months, we're going to get introduced to a new general manager. You guys are going to love this guy. Spent 6 years at with Chase Bank, and now we brought him in here to run an arena. Well, why did we bring him in to run an arena? Because you're going to believe the management skills this guy brings to the table.
You're not going to believe the ideas. Thinking outside the box.
This is amazing. This guy's worked in 43 different cities. Let me introduce to you Billy Carlson. Billy Carlson, everybody. The new guy you're going to wait. Forget about Billy Carlson. He just quit and left to go join a different organization that doesn't have anything to do with event management, because that was never what the guy wanted to do. He was just looking for a paycheck. So Billy's gone. And now 6 months later, let me introduce to you next name on the list. Here it is, Cheryl Wilson. Cheryl Wilson, come on down. You guys are going to love Cheryl. She spent 6 years with this corporation. New, fresh ideas. So you guys are going to love her. Wait, don't get to know Cheryl. Never mind. Forget about Cheryl. She left. She quit. She moved on. We got a new person in town. That's what, get ready for that. You said one, dude, I don't get into I try to get out of the politics thing. I try to stay in the middle as much as I can. You did say one local name there that it's like, oh, yep, okay. Well, this is going to get screwed up. Because anytime that name's attached with something, it gets screwed up. It gets political and gross. And so good. At least we got the wrong people leading the charge here. You're going to spend $200,000 on a consulting firm. Guess what that consulting firm is going to come back with? Again, this game is so fucking predictable. If you got $200,000, you better come with some ideas. Your idea cannot be, hey, by the way, status quo.
But it should be. I would respect that. If a consulting firm came in and said, you've got a really good thing here, and yeah, we're going to take your $200,000, but you don't mess with this.
What are the chances that happens? You've watched this play out enough.
Zero. Because I think the person I mentioned doesn't want that.
Of course. And you're the one who paid the bill. You're the one who called, JLM Consulting firm. Said, hey, you guys got some time on your books to take $200,000 and figure this out for us? Hell yeah, we do. Turns out we got just enough room in the bank account for that check.
And I believe said person just lost re-election. So he's out in like December.
Got to leave his mark, man. Got to get that thumbprint on this community. Where do I leave my mark? Well, someday I'll be able to look back and go, it's not Oakview anymore. Now it's Cedar Crest. We don't, and that's all because of me. I'm the guy. I'm the Cedar Crest guy. What are you doing now that you don't work in local politics? Well, I actually got a consulting job at Cedar Crest Consulting.
I mean, the number of years of trust built with Catch Des Moines, with Brian Harden, with Jamie Pollard to bring events. And again, I'm all for competitive process if it's warranted. You get what you pay for. And I think the people of Polk County can go, this has been a pretty well-run machine. Is it perfect? We don't know everything. Nothing's perfect.
What would you fix about it? I mean, and I'm with you, Travis. Is it perfect? Nobody would say it's perfect. Chris Conley and his team wouldn't say, oh, yeah, we hit home runs every day. I can't tell you what's wrong. I can't say it's not perfect because of X. Seems perfect to me. What are the problems? It's safe. It's easy to get in and out of. We have amazing events. What? And I'm not picking on you and being like, you got to come up with something. If you've it's the vanilla ice thing, man. If there was a problem, I'd solve it.
There's a number of ways to do this, and help me out because I don't have the history that you do.
Vanilla Ice probably has the solution for you. It probably has the best advice.
I don't have the history you do with the knowledge of this. Can you help me out to tell me why it was the county that took this over and not the city of Des Moines?
That's a great question, Trav. I don't know the answer to that.
Where I'm at, so when you look at where the College World Series is played, which is Charles Schwab Field, and you look at the Arena and Convention Center that is the CHI Center in Omaha, it is run by the Mecca Board. The Mecca Board is a division of the city. So it runs independent from the city, but still has board management that you have the city appoints board members, and it kind of goes back and forth, but it's not a private group that runs it. The city or the board hires a Chris Conley to work for said board and run the organization. And so I didn't know why Polk County was in charge of it, not the city of Des Moines.
Trav, I don't know the answer to that. Don't remember how that got pieced apart.
Somebody
knows.
I'm thinking here, and just this is off the top of my head. Again, my opinion. I'm probably betting in 1994, the success of Prairie Meadows at that time, they probably had more funds to be able to take the risk to be able to do said.
Very well could be. And again, man, you go back, downtown Des Moines wasn't what it is now in the 90s. I don't know what I can't give you any specifics on that. Sorry, don't know it.
No, that's fine. But yeah, I was shocked to see this. And full transparency, we're not going to lie to anybody. At least I'm not. I think Ross shares the same opinion. I'm biased.
Oh, I think everybody knows that. We love Chris. But there's also truth in what we're saying here. It doesn't seem like a system that is broken, that is in need of fixing. It's not like we drive past that arena and go, man, I wonder what's happening there.
What a boondoggle that is.
Yeah, why is it empty all the time? No, there's always stuff happening. Always. If you're driving through 235, if you're driving through downtown and you see cars backed up, your first instinct is, oh, I wonder who's at the arena tonight. Wonder which Cody or Casey or which kind of wonder who's at the arena that's pulling in thousands of people to downtown Des Moines and bringing really cool stuff. Anyway, would another group be able to come? Here's what I think what Chris Connolly would say, because Chris, we know, is modest enough to say stuff like this. Another group could come in here and book acts. You guys, you're going to be fine. If it's not, I keep looking down. If it's not Oakview, some other organization will come in here and they'll hire some Tom, Dick, Jane, Harry, Norm to come in here and they'll book acts and you guys will have concerts and it'll be fine. Will we have somebody that has dedicated themselves to this community? Which, by the way, I also know this. Chris Connolly's had chances.
Absolutely. Chris
Connolly's had chances to bounce out of this place and leave us with some Tom, Dick, Norm, Harry, whatever. Jane. Yeah. He hasn't, because he likes this place. Well, if you like this place, I like you. This is my home. It's really neat that you've come here and made this. And I've said that to Chris 1,000 times. Man, thanks for your hard work in making this place a really cool place to be. And my fear would be if, Cedar Crest Event Management Group comes in because $200,000 consultant has some incestuous relationship with them, which is how this stuff works. That's how it works. There's probably some back-end kick-in deal by somebody somewhere to something. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I support your charity. You give my kid a job. That's what's going on here. That's what this is. $200,000. They're going to come back and they're going to go, you know who you guys really need? Get rid of this group that's done a great job for you for 20 years. Kick them out of here.
Ethan asked a good question. What would happen to the contracts in place? Would they transfer to the new manager? Yes. So like the NCAA concerts, everything, that wouldn't go away. Now, what you do have are relationships.
What goes away is the relationships, Travis.
Yes.
Yeah, those bridges that have been built where Chris Connolly and Trina Flack and the people will Trina become friends with the new event manager? Absolutely. Absolutely. Will they go out and be doing these the presentation to the NCAA? Yes, they will. Have you ever been on a work trip where all of a sudden there was a new employee and a new boss and a new guy along the work trip and it changed the chemistry of everything? By the way, this should not go unstated. The city of Des Moines is going to hire a consulting firm. This didn't go well.
It's Polk County who's hiring the consulting
Polk
firm.
County. Okay. Yeah. Consulting firms in my community. I apologize if Ian Roberts' name is still bouncing around my head. And I apologize if I think that there's some sort of backroom incestuous deal happening, because that's what was happening with the Ian Roberts consulting firm as well. And there's been very, very, very little accountability that's happened with that. But the train just moves on. And the same players, man, it's the same names. You can go back and look at notes over the last 15, 20 years. It's the same names doing this stuff.
I mean, if you're doing this for a legitimate reason, okay, but if you're doing it to leave your mark, to be vindictive, to just play politics and say we're looking out for the taxpayers, be careful, because you may not be looking out for the taxpayers.
Put money in a
think.
consultant's pocket, or to put money in some way, put money in your own.
It's Thursday. That means we're one day away from the Iowa Lottery and the weekly woo-hoo. Do you have something that made you go woo-hoo this week? If you did, go to therushradio.com, click on the promotions tab. You'll see the woo-hoo, and tell us what made you go woo-hoo. You can pick up a $90 prize pack from the Iowa Lottery. That's right, $90, as Ross likes to say, for now. $90
for now.
90 for now. We love the stories when our winners win even more money. So get to the rushradio.com, click on the promos tab, go to the woohoo, and tell us what made you go woohoo. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire, a front row tickets to every show millionaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy, and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here, and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat, Norm. Norm knows basketball, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert. Please call me. I would love to help you.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I am Roman Lehman, Service Advisor at Willis Nissan. For the 2026 summer season, we will be offering 15% off all fuel system services. Over time, carbon builds up inside your engine, and these services clean out all carbon deposits for better engine performance. Don't let carbon deposits get in the way of your summer plans. Visit willisnissan.com to book your service today.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always priority one.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense, because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
You know, buying a house can be stressful because you want to know how much you can afford. Well, there's two calls you need to make. When you're getting ready to buy a house, you call Ross Peterson at Agency Iowa. But then he's going to say, hey, are you pre-approved for a loan? Because to get you in the house you want to see, you need to be pre-approved. He's going to say, call Gary Presnall. Gary Presnall is a mortgage banker with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes the past 25 years. Offers a variety of loans like VA, FHA, IFA first-time buyer loans, and conventional and new construction loans, and all approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank. That pre-approval letter we're talking about, it can happen in 30 minutes, and it can happen after hours during the week and even on the weekends. Gary's been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. Give him a call at 515-975-6767. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Berger must have been looking at our rundown today, Ross. He said, you know, I asked earlier this week why Indiana and Cincinnati were getting left out of the Sorsby situation. Looks like the Bearcats may have known and did nothing. Indiana, you're up.
Yeah.
So let's give a little background here. And we know that he bet when he was at Indiana. We know that he bet when he was at Cincinnati. We don't know for sure if he bet on Cincinnati while he was a player. So yesterday on a Dallas radio station, Sorsby's agent, Ron Slavin, or it could be Slavin, but I'm just going to call him Ron Slavin, said, hey, Cincinnati knew for 2 years that Brendan Sorsby had a gambling problem and did nothing. So what does that do? It does exactly like Berger just did. It could be true, it could be false, but the fact that you put that dangler out there, you go, Cincinnati knew. Now, Cincinnati did a release last night and said, listen, we use a software called Prohibet. So instead of like prohibit, it's Prohibet. And it said Brendan Sorsby was pinged one time for the use of a fantasy site. They brought him in. This is according to Cincinnati. They asked the quarterback, hey, what are you doing here? And he said, I was not able to gain access, and I did not bet or use the fantasy site because I was not able to get access. They accepted that answer. They gave him gambling treatment and let other thing and didn't let it go. Cincinnati also said a total of 6 athlete students, because that's what we're calling them now, right? Athlete students, not student athletes.
Sure.
Were pinged, and they were not pinged any farther after that, and they could find no wrongdoing. Can two things be true here, Ross? Meaning, they might have had suspicions, but if you ask said quarterback, nope, and you deny, and you didn't get any more pings or alerts, what can you do within your power to do anything? Does that make sense what I'm saying here?
Yeah. I mean, how can Cincinnati punish him if they don't have proof of a crime? And they've got this software, and the software is, so if you really want to know why we didn't catch him, it's probably that software that, just didn't get all the things he was doing. What if he was? What if? Let's just play this game out for Ron Slavin. Yep, Cincinnati knew he was betting. They knew he had a gambling problem. So what? What happens? What do you want to do? You want to punish Cincinnati? You want to fine them? Texas Tech knew. Maybe Indiana knew. So what? I'm dead serious.
No, I know you are.
I don't know what else to add to it. At this point, it feels like the high school gossip stuff. Like, ooh, hey,
well, it feels like it's not the gossip stuff. It's like, oh, now we got to play the blame game. Well,
now there's no. I mean, this agent guy, Ron Ron. What's he got to lose now? You might as well. You're going down. You might as well start grabbing other people's ankles. It just feels like, I'm ready for this. There's some funny here. I do think it's funny that Cincinnati's able to go, look, we got this. We pay for this software. We're going above and beyond. We're not just talking to the guys. We pay somebody else. We're paying a consulting firm.
Which essentially is what it is.
That's what it did. Prohibit. They caught him going to, well, guess what, Cincinnati? Your software ain't working. If it caught him going to a fantasy football site and flagged him on that, hey, guys, he tried to get on CBS Sports Line. Hey, cool. What about DraftKings? You caught 6 people? Prohibit that software ain't catching everybody.
I mean, I would assume that if you're Beth Getz, if you're Meg Franklin, if you're Brian Harden, if you're Jamie Pollard, I would just assume that you have a quarter of your student athletes that are betting. The hard part is proving it. I
think that's probably high.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, like when we talked to Kluve about it, and he was like, not many of the guys, and you see his eyes light up with that remembrance file, like, oh yeah, there was those one group of dudes that were always, oh yeah. I think it's a smaller percentage than that, but to your point, Trav, it ain't 6 in an athletic department. We know Brendan Sorsby had a gambling problem, and then it's funny because didn't they actually say? We gave him gambling addiction classes for going to a fantasy football website. You did, man. But piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Something isn't right there, right? Something isn't right there. If it was like, hey, our software caught you doing something. You were trying to check out if Kirk Cousins had a good matchup this week against the Jets. And you can't do that. So you got to go to a gambling class. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Because that's all I was doing. Meanwhile, he's got parlays lined up for the weekend. Something isn't adding up there, right? So did they know about the parlays and the big gambling, or?
I mean, it's kind of like
it just becomes gossipy bullshit because so what?
And the key here is, hey, did you try to access this site? Yes, but I was denied. It's the follow-up, meaning if I'm Cincinnati, if I'm any school, I'm not going to dig deeper because I don't deep down want to know, right? The less you know.
That's why I've already handed it off to Prohibit.
Yeah.
That's why I've already paid this thing so that when something does happen, it comes out, we can go, oh, the software failed us. My buddy writes, my buddy wrote to me and said, I'm literally opening DraftKings in the exact moment you're talking about it. Time to hammer out some U.S. Open bets.
But you can do that because you're not an athlete student.
Absolutely.
You have the money to do so. Let's not forget that Cincinnati is also suing Brendan Sorsby for $1 million.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tell me about the gossip. Back on the senior benches. Here we go.
When he bolted Cincinnati for Texas Tech, They're saying that caused financial harm. He voided he backed out on his contract because they had an NIL deal, and they're suing him for $1 million.
I thought he graduated from Cincinnati.
No, he still had 1 year left. He could have stayed at Cincinnati.
I didn't ask
one
about
more year.
eligibility. I didn't ask about. I thought he graduated from Cincinnati. I'm being dead serious.
I don't think
I thought he was
did.
one of those grad transfer things. Okay. I'm concerned about the young man's education. It's time that I'm concerned about the young man's future, Travis.
He did not graduate. He is not an official graduate of any said university.
Okay. I think Hawknut hits an important point on an important nail on the head here. And you could even change some words in it. What he writes is, every addict I know is a liar. So why would he have told them the truth to begin with? I would go further and say every person can be a liar. Everybody's gonna tell you what they want you to hear and what's best for them in that moment. For the most part, that's true.
It's just a little white lie. It's just a little white lie.
Right. I did a little toot. I did a little toot. I will not lie to people's face, but I will lie a little bit behind their back. I'll do a little toot. But I will not lie to somebody's face. I can't do that. But behind their back, I'll lie a little bit behind their back. Every addict that's a great point. They thought that he was going to walk in and go, "Hey, you got what a hilarious sequence you've just laid out for us there." Cincinnati says, "Yeah, we got this software. It flagged him. Oh, you guys caught him gambling? No. He was going to a fantasy football website. One time.
And he could not gain access, according to him. He said, I could.
Thank God for Prohibit. Thank God for this software that prevented him from getting to this fantasy football website. Because think of all the chaos and corruption that could have unfolded. think of there could have been lawsuits. There could have been disruption to the entire NCAA model. If he would have got, thank God, we have Prohibit that kept him from that fantasy football website. Because look at what we avoided.
Can you imagine when he left the room? And Cincinnati's just falling in. I don't trust people or organizations in general, so I'm painting a broad brush here, and I know it drives Ross nuts. But it's like one of those things where I think every institution would ask that question. You get the answer, and he leaves, and you go, "Do you believe him?" No, but we're not.
But we ain't saying that, right?
But
we're all going with it, though, right?
Yeah.
Travis, you've been in those rooms.
Yes. Do you believe him? No,
everybody
but that's
goes,
the answer
okay.
we got.
They walk out, and you look at each other, and you go, "Do you think he believes what he just told us?" No. All right, but we're all going with it, right?
Yep, we're going with it. That's all we have to go on.
That's good. That's funny. So, listen. Again, it's just all gossip. Just play it out in your brain. What if it's true? Nothing's going to happen. No, there's no. And even if what punishment does the ends? It's all so comical. You can't use any of these words without laughing at it. When will the NCAA decide to come down with punishments against Cincinnati? Maybe Indiana, possibly Texas Tech. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work out. 5 years from now, they'll say, we've decided that the 2024 Cincinnati Bearcats. So we need you to change your record books because 6 years ago, now. Cool.
Berger asked, he does say plausible deniability.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We got this software.
And does Sorsby get to keep his $5 million? He gets to keep what he was paid so far. So even Cody Campbell came out the other day. He's the Board of Regents or Board of Governors president, and he said, and Campbell's got billions of dollars. Said Brendan Sorsby gets to keep the money he's been paid.
They're all the minister of information from the Iraq War. Do you remember that guy?
Oh yeah,
they're all that. Now we're going to get the truth. Now we're going to get the truth because the guy. What's his title? What was his title?
Cody Campbell.
Yeah.
He's the president of like the board of governors at Texas Tech.
Now we're going to find out the truth, guys, because the president of the board of governors, who has no, horses to protect, we're going to get the straight shooter here, old Cody Campbell. Whatever.
Now
Dusty hit it on the head. Listen, the young fella said he didn't do it, okay? He said he didn't do it. Why can't you just trust him?
And we've all been put in that position. At some point in your life, somebody's lied to you. You probably had a feeling, and maybe not as serious as this.
We've
but
all
it could
lied.
Yes. And you go, I have no choice but to trust you.
We've all lied. We've all been Brendan Sorsby at somewhere. Yeah.
Now, the crazy thing is, speaking of the rumor mill, and it depends on if you follow a lot of NFL sites, and a lot of people are wondering, will Brendan Sorsby get picked up in the supplemental draft? Pat McAfee yesterday said he's heard, and McAfee is a former player. He's pretty popular. I want to believe he's connected, that there are teams willing to give up like second-round draft picks for him.
Really?
Yes.
I am really surprised. I thought it would be the exact opposite. Because the stuff that I had heard when this stuff very first started popping, I remember I was driving home listening to a podcast. This was, had to have been early June now. Maybe it was even late May. And they were discussing this situation. Like, okay, Sorsby has been caught gambling. He's not going to play college football anymore, obviously. That was before. But what are his NFL prospects? And at that time, the analysis was not good. That no team is that desperate, essentially, was how the math worked out. Because look at Sage Rosenfels to me is a great example of what a backup quarterback in the NFL needs to be.
Look good in a cap.
And not heard. Be seen and not heard. Nobody needs to even know your name. You can play for 14 different organizations, and the diehards will go, oh, yeah, I vaguely remember that guy occasionally taking snaps at the end. You should not be. You can't be the Colin Kaepernick. I think that's a great example of it also. Those are probably the two extremes of. There's so many talented guys. There's so many talented dudes. You can't be a distraction. This is what I think Mark Jackson says it best. Mark Jackson, what a classic name. God. You have a classic name, Travis Justice.
And it's a real name, too.
People think your name is fake. Your name is so good, people think it's fake. Mark Jackson.
Former NBA great, Mark Jackson.
Sounds like a fine American to me. He says no team is drafting him in the supplemental draft. No team wants the media drama, let alone Goodell doesn't want him in the league. And I see that, Mark, as like yes, yes, and yes. And that which equals you're not getting in the league. If Pat McAfee is hearing that teams are willing to put up a second round draft pick, damn.
Truth could be somewhere in the middle, meaning he may not be as high as second, but don't say that he's not going to get drafted.
Yeah.
We've seen
and listen and Clone, I understand. He says, hey, Kaepernick was a starting quarterback. He absolutely was. The guy was a really good quarterback. At the end of his career, when he was in a backup role, he could have had a longer, in my opinion, he would have had a longer backup role if he would have had a Sage Rosenfels type of personality. He unfortunately for himself didn't.
Listen, Colin Kaepernick, and this is going back in time, but I think a lot of people listening to the show are familiar with Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick could have played in the league again. He did not want to. He thought his worth was.
It's a math equation. There's all sorts of stuff. He wasn't the starting quarterback, the amazing talent that he had been before. But again, got to be seen, not heard. I don't make those rules. I'm just the one who sees it play out over time. I think Brendan Sorsby, and again, that just all plays into the thing that Mark was saying there. I think that these are knocks against him. These are not only knocks against him on the media level that we're talking about. It's that intangible decision-making Johnny Manziel side of things. It's you're not following the societal norms that you're supposed to follow. You're willing to risk it all for some gambling stuff, or you did risk it all for some gambling stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If Pat McAfee says there are teams telling him they're going to give up a second-round pick for him, because the way I understand this supplemental draft, and again, as we understood the other day, we know nothing about it.
I don't think many people do.
It's kind of like a in my real estate world, what we would refer to as a highest and best situation, where you've got multiple offers. Everybody just kind of submits their own offer without really having a negotiation or making an actual pick. It doesn't work like the actual draft where there are teams that are on the clock and submit. You basically submit to say, we would give up our second round pick for. Which
just a quick search. A player usually enters a supplemental draft because they lost their remaining college eligibility due to academic or disciplinary issues after the standard April draft has already passed. We know that. The draft order. Unlike the standard NFL draft where the worst team gets the first overall pick, the supplemental draft order uses a weighted lottery system broken down into 3 tiers. Tier 1, teams with 6 or fewer wins in the previous seasons. Tier 2, non-playoff teams with more than 6 wins. Tier 3, the 14 playoff teams. The draft order within each of these 3 groups is randomly selected. Instead of making picks in a traditional snake-like or fixed order fashion, teams use a blind bidding auction process.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if a team says, hey, we think Brendan Sorsby is worth our first-round pick next year, that team's going to get Brendan Sorsby.
Hell, if they say he's worth a second-round pick, they're probably going to get Brendan Sorsby.
That's exactly. I will be surprised, but Pat McAfee knows a lot more people than I do.
If the NFL does one thing very well, it vets the capability of you being able to win, right? I mean, sure, there's busts. I get that, but it's not like they don't do their homework. They have their own security. They will vet him comprehensively.
They miss.
They do. Everybody does.
What? There's a part of me that's already at the Aaron Rodgers side of this. Like I'm kind of done with it. I don't want him to get drafted because I kind of want this story to go away. I'd rather have this be a situation where in 5 to 10 years he's on the speaking circuit giving a motivational speech about risking it all and losing.
Well, he may not get drafted. Somebody will pick him up as an undrafted free agent.
Okay.
I promise you that. He'll get a shot. It's just whether or not he'll be a supplemental draft pick or an unsigned or an undrafted free agent. Got an hour in the books. We've got an hour to go. Good to have you along on a Thursday morning. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Hi, I'm John Linares with Willis Lexus, and we're kicking off the summer with an all-new, brand new, from the ground up, redesigned ES350 in stock. Come check it out. And we have some additional June specials, up to $6,000 off on RZ or 0%, and we have 3.75 for 48 months across the board. See your sales consultant for more details. I invite you to stop in and experience amazing, or visit us online at willislexus.com.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Mini of Des Moines. A strong selection of Countryman models to kick off the year. The most powerful all-wheel drive Mini ever. Join Willis Automotive. Or I guess it already happened. Damn it. Happened on June 16th. I hope you made it out to the Mini Match Day event. But get your Mini today. Start your buying journey, whether it's a Mini or any of the great Willis brands, and even pre-owned cars at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comments section, and you can call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson.
Yes.
You know, Brian Duax normally joins us on Thursday with the Central City Liquors Rush Radio weekend specials. He's not going to be able to join us today. We have the specials in hand. We'll be able to give those to you during 7:30. We're going to have fun during the 7:30. We'll give you those specials. We'll give away the barreled age ring from Fiskus Jewelers.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a whole whiskey theme there. Nice,
whole whiskey theme. And Ross, now I'm biased. You haven't seen these yet. You know, we started the week by doing these. Got a couple Maker's Marks in there. Maybe some Kirkland blends. I think today we got a Pappy Van Winkle submission, maybe a Weller submission. That good of a submission.
For what are your submission for what you?
Well, I'm grading for another dadism. So
okay.
I'm grading it kind of like a whiskey. Like that's a Maker's Mark. That's an everyday.
I don't want to spoil them. Dan Douglas sent me one yesterday. He said My dad used to say, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. Where's Dad's words of wisdom there? I thought, hey, that's a classic. That's a good one.
That is a great. I think that goes up there. But Dan wins a lot on this show.
I didn't say. I just said he's become. Yeah, Dan has become a friend of the program. Certainly.
I want to know. I got to ask you if I was out of line. My wife got kind of upset with me last night.
Well, hold on. I feel like you didn't quite finish what you were you telling me that there are dad submissions, but you're not sharing those with me now? We're going to do those later.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Sorry.
All right. So what'd you do? What'd you do last night to get in trouble?
Well, her sister's son stopped over. He's working as a summer laborer for us.
Hold on. When you say her, you mean your wife?
My wife's sister.
Your wife of how many years?
33 years.
Okay, so your wife's
sister's
son. There's a better name for that, Travis. You can come up with it. He's your nephew. He's your nephew. Your nephew stopped by, not your wife's sister's son, Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so your nephew stops by. Loving Uncle Travis opens the door. He walks.
No, he's already there when I get. He's already there when I get home.
Oh, wonderful, Uncle Trav.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Trav, long time.
It's kind of how it went, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's living here during the summer. He's a summer laborer for MCL Construction.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know you had. We didn't know this.
Yeah, he goes to Iowa. He's an Iowa State kid. Goes to Iowa State and wanted to be a summer laborer, so he's living over here. But he's living with his other aunt and uncle.
He goes to Iowa State, you say?
Yeah.
Now I see why you call him your wife's sister's kid. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So Anjanette's all excited. Yeah. Greta's there, all excited.
That's her cousin.
He's hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And he wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
He goes, "Hey, my girlfriend's coming down this weekend."
He's how old? 20?
20.
Okay.
20.
All right, okay. Girlfriend's coming down.
Coming down this weekend, and we didn't know if we could stay here this weekend instead of because he's at his other aunt and uncle, but they got 4 boys all under, teenage years, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that's great. A little odd silence. I said, no banging upstairs. No sex.
Yeah.
And Anjanette's like, what? What? I'm like, I was just being kind of.
It's a funny joke.
Funny.
It's a funny joke.
Greta loved it. Greta thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anjanette didn't like it so much.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know if that topic's ever been breached within that side of the family.
I won't say this a lot. You're not the wrong here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't often say that, but you tried a funny joke. It didn't work. It's all right.
Oh, it worked for me. I thought it was hilarious.
Greta, how'd the nephew take it?
Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Because he's never heard me do that to him before. I figured
really?
I've never done those crass off because my kids have grown up with it, so they're kind of used to me doing stupid stuff. They didn't grow up with me, so I'm fairly guarded and don't cross that line because I don't know how their parents would take it. I'm like, well, your parents aren't here. I'm just going to say, hey, no banging this weekend. I know you haven't seen her in 4 or 5 weeks. No banging.
You said he's not staying with the other uncle because the boys are under 16. Well, what's awkward about having your girlfriend around when you're with a group of boys under 16? I'm going to be banging. I'm going to be banging this weekend.
Well,
and so I didn't want to be around the 16-year-olds.
I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. I rarely get in trouble for what I do on the show. I'm going to get in trouble for what I do on this show because Gretchen might even be listening. So, because Anjanette, after he left, she goes, we don't even know if they're doing that. I go, why do you think he's staying here?
She's coming to Omaha.
All the way from Minneapolis. Thank you. You and I are on the same page today.
Man, I don't even want to know. Like I'm imagining myself now in Gretchen's shoes, if she is listening. And how uncomfortable it would be to hear somebody talking about my little baby boy.
I'm going to make it worse. Clone says, what if we do? If the nephew says, I had an answer ready.
Okay.
I did. I had an answer ready.
Okay.
Put the sheets in the washer. That's what I would say. I ain't doing your laundry.
Yeah, I think that again, that you could have that's the next layer of the joke. You could have just said, "Oh, your girlfriend can come. Hey, by the way, put your sheets in the laundry when you're done."
Yeah, so I was on the outs last night. That's fine. But thank God Greta was on my side, because Greta thought it was hilarious, and that kind of eased Mom off the ledge a little bit. Because if Greta found it funny, then there must have been some humor in it.
See, I don't see Anjanette and Gretchen and that. I don't see their family as prudes like that.
They don't joke like me. They don't openly talk about stuff like that. I do.
Okay.
When the time's right and appropriate, and I think the punchline's going to land.
Very rarely do I disagree with things that Tyler says in the chat. Tyler says, quit being a cheap-ass uncle and get him a hotel. That is not your responsibility to get him a hotel.
And
the fact that you're offering your home to them is very nice.
Tyler, crossed my mind. Actually was going to do it. You got a problem. College World Series is going on. You can't get a hotel for less than $500.
And you got the slump busters.
Yes. Sorry,
the
Tyler.
Slump busters in
it
town.
crossed
Tyler,
my
come
mind.
on.
I was going to offer it, but then I had to realize it's a big tourist weekend.
Yeah.
That ain't going to work. You won't be able to find. They're going to have to drive another 100 miles to get a hotel that's, trust me, Tyler.
You got that many slump busters in town? There's not a hotel room or fat chick available for 150 miles.
Now, the weird thing's going to be is Anjanette's flying to New Orleans on Saturday, so I'm here all weekend with them.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, Greta's going to be here.
That helps.
Yeah, that does help. If it was just like Uncle Trav's downstairs, I'd be like, what's going on?
Do you think he can hear us through the fence?
Shh, 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 shh. Don't move. Don't move.
That's great. It's just the three of you in the house. They come downstairs. You're just sitting in the living room. Hi.
How's it going? I'm in so much trouble.
But no, you haven't done anything. Dude, you've said way worse. You've said things that I've thought that he's going to call me later and go, she's not talking to me. I'm sleeping on the couch. You said way worse than this. Just because you talked about it, I thought the worst thing you've said so far was calling your nephew your wife's sister's kid. That to me was like, what the?
Sorry.
What? So this person shows up. Turns out they're my wife's sister's kid. Yeah, you're their Uncle Trav. That's how that works.
Oh.
Yeah.
For those of you listening on the audio stream, Alan put up on the feed, Trav starts clapping to the beat. Any bread bags in the house?
Oh my God. Did I tell you about, like, that was Friday's show that we were talking about that? And then over the weekend, I'm with my aunt and uncle, and my aunt's like, "Oh, Ross, can you help your uncle get your show on his phone so that we can listen to the show?" And I said, "No. Like, what? We'd like to listen to your show." I said, "Cool. Yeah, you're not listening to Friday's show for the first one. We spent the first 20 minutes talking about bread bags."
Did you have to go deeper into that?
No, I didn't. I just simply said, next time. I'll see you in July, and I'll hook you up on. So we'll make sure we don't have an awkward show.
And that's what I mean
day.
about this conversation that I had last night. I don't, the bread bag conversation is not something that I have at a family gathering. Hey, can we all talk about the Wonder Bread bags?
But the bread bag conversation is the type of stuff that most people would be like, oh man, my family heard that and now there's an issue because they worry about me. That would be the one that would be like, I think I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. Not a silly joke. Not a silly joke about, you're gonna bang? 20 years old? She's coming from Minneapolis to Omaha to spend the night. You think they're spooning? They're smarter than this. I've met these people we're talking about. They're really, really smart people.
Captain Kirk reminding us that he hasn't been able to look at a loaf of bread in his cupboard the same since that event. I'm just here to make you think, Captain. I'm just here to make you think.
That was fun golfing with Kirk. That was a good time, man. Did you see, by the way, and I don't mean to veer off on you here, but not that we were going in any direction.
I veered to start the top of the hour.
It's been spinning with the motor turning. I saw the other day a 12-hole golf course. Didn't I send this to you?
Wasn't that up in Wisconsin? How many years have you and I talked about it? You and I have been on a golf course. And by the way, the U.S. Open starts today. So it's a great segue into the golf conversation. U.S. Open starts today. Shinnecock Hills.
Dude,
first time there since 2018.
We'll get into that. Well, okay, because I want to talk about the Shinnecock Hills and I wonder if Hersum's headed over there.
I don't think so. I think he only does.
He would have
PGA
normally told us
Championship
by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but have you seen? I want to talk to you about that course and what it looks like and some of the things I've seen. But I just saw this the other day that Sand Valley in Wisconsin, which is kind of like a golf destination place, is kicking off a new 12-hole course.
Brilliant. Unbelievable.
Love it.
I want to become a member. Ross and I have golfed many times together. And it's right around hole 13 where we say, God, I wish we were done.
I've hit all the good shots I'm going to hit today. I'm not shooting a 70.
I mean, I want to believe they built this golf course for 20-plus handicappers like myself, to where they don't want to play 18. They want to play a little bit more than 9, but then they just want to call it a day because they just took a snowman on 11.
Right. Okay, it says they crafted the new 12-hole course at Sand Valley, which is a nod to the old common ground courses of the British Isles. Craig and Sand Valley developer and co-owner Michael Kaiser have said they are largely inspired by Prestwick in Scotland, which began as a 12-hole course and was host to the first 12 Open Championships. Commons at Sand Valley measures 34.17 in yards and plays to a par of 45, including one shortish par 5, 7 par 4s, and 4 par 3s. The Commons joins the highly ranked Lido, Sand Valley, Mammoth Dunes, Sedge Valley, and the par 3 sandbox courses at the resort that has leapt onto many players' bucket lists. Commons should take about 2.5 hours to play. Perfect. I don't get too drunk.
You feel good. You get done. You're not sore. You're not like just...
I've never been sore at the end of golf, but I have been. I hit that wall. 13, 14, 15, I start doing the math. I'm like, okay, we're on 15, 16, 17. I got 3 more holes to get through here.
How do I get out of this?
I never have that feeling fishing. With fishing, it's the exact opposite. Somebody's like, all right, last cast. You're like, oh, I wish there were 3 more holes to play. And I have buddies that feel that way about golf. That's funny. When we shared this thing, my buddy was like, oh, 12-hole course. This is awesome. My buddy Ryan Grove goes, great. Now I have to play 3 rounds? Like, I want to play 36 holes when I go out. I want to play 18 and then 18 again. But yeah, if you guys want to play 12, I guess I'll just go three loops.
If you want to play, or if you want to play this course and play 18, I would assume that you play 1 through 6 again. I don't know.
Well, dude, remember when we used to go play at Urbandale Golf and Country Club?
Yeah, it was a 9-hole course.
It's a 9-hole course, but don't they have? They at least they used to. I feel like didn't they have the 2 tee boxes?
Yeah.
On each hole, so that you kind of get a different approach, or it's slightly different with the second time around, something like that.
We mentioned the U.S. Open starting today, and I just want to point this out. It's at Shinnecock Hills. Going to be a tough course. But don't tell me, and I'm not, I died on the Live Hill, and I can accept the sword through my gut. But don't tell me that Live did not have a positive effect on the PGA Tour. The last time the U.S. Open was at Shinnecock Hills was 2018, not that long ago, 8 years ago. The purse then was $12 million. It is now $22.5 million, with the winner getting $4.5 million. And that is a direct result of Liv raising their purses to $30 million a tournament and paying their golfers stupid amount of money. Golfers said, hey, we don't want to go, but you got to start paying like we deserve.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the causation, correlation. It certainly seems, Travis, if in the last 8 years nothing's happened with the popularity of golf that would have doubled it like that, made this particular purse double. Sure, I'll give credit to Liv. I think it's neat. I think the neat part about this course to me, watching stuff on Tuesday of a tournament, is the number of times that guys have gone under par at this course during a major is like 3, something like that. 2 guys did it one year, and another guy. I'm like, it's crazy tough course.
Do you like golf like that? Because U.S. Open is famously known for they want you to be at even 1 under or even under par at the end of this tournament. Do you like golf that's par golf?
Trav, I hate it's kind of like asking, do you like watching a no-hitter or a game with 14 home runs? Yes. I don't want to pick one or the other. I do like it when it's competitive, good golf. Travis, I'll be honest, man, I think with golf, it's more about who's there and who's competing and who's in it on Sunday. I'll be watching because I'm fascinated by some of the stuff from the rough. You miss a fairway and on this, you are going to be punished.
Bryson DeChambeau had something on his YouTube page the other day. It was a practice round. He goes, time to check out the rough. He went in there. He goes, this should be a pretty good shot. I mean, he duffed it. He goes,
it's knee high.
Yeah, he goes, I won't be hitting from here. I mean, he literally duffed it like a normal person. You're like, ooh. Gives you a good idea of what they're going up against.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm sure that for the purists, it affects their viewing a little bit. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't.
I'd say the purist probably loves it because there's more. That's where skill comes in. If you're like me, I'm like, I just want to see birdie. I want to see guys tear up a course because it's like the slam dunk or the 3-pointer. I just want to see I want to see the best rip up a course. The purists are probably like, oh, what's the strategy here? How does he play it safe? Does he take a chance?
You're going to have to in this tournament, and that's why I think when they set the course up this way, that's why it's so difficult to go under par with it. Who are the guys that need to be at the top of that leaderboard in order for us to come back on Monday and be like, man, were you tuned in?
Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy. I think a Brooks Koepka could do it. I think a DeChambeau could do it, right? I mean, it's the names we know. If it's a name we don't know, I don't think we're that drawn in.
Man, did you just hit the 4? Is that it?
That we know? I mean, there's no Tiger. So I think that's the name. Hey, Ross, are you ready for Christmas yet? Audrey, I think.
What?
I'm just saying, you better start planning for Christmas.
Why?
Audrey might be asking for this. Audrey may be asking for this. If you're listening on the audio stream, we're showing the brand new Caitlin 1 that was released yesterday. It wasn't released. It was shown what it's going to look like. Caitlin Clark gets her first shoe 3 years into her WNBA career. This took Nike a long, long time. And a lot of people are criticizing Nike for this. Nike in the last 5 years, I believe I read, has lost $200 billion in valuation. They're going to launch this at $140 a pair.
Jesus.
You've got her just on the lip there underneath her logo. You got the number 22 on the sole. There's sayings like from the logo. No shot is too far. Stuff like that. It's got a double Nike swoosh, which is a little bit out of the norm for Nike to do that. You've got the grooves on the side of the shoe. It's going to be part of an 18-piece apparel from Nike with Caitlin Clark that comes out on October 1st, 2026. Again, the shoe, $140 a pair.
Listen, I'll tell you the unpopular opinion. I said it when the logo came out. Everybody was freaking out about, that's a stupid logo.
I've seen worse. I know why you think it's stupid. I've seen worse.
It's not about seeing worse. Is it it's not. They've missed the mark with the logo. They've missed the mark with the shoe. They've missed the mark with the timing. Caitlin Clark
the timing more than anything.
Caitlin Clark had a really good run. We're on the back side of it for a little while here. They've missed it. I'm not a shoe guy. That does not.
Do they make those in a men's version, or are they only going to be women's shoes? I
have no
don't
idea.
know the answer.
I have no idea. $140.
Apparently, because I only buy G-Defys and Skechers, that's a pretty normal price for a pair of shoes. I refuse to pay more than $59.95 for a pair of shoes.
My opinion on Nike, I'll keep to myself, but
I think a lot of people share your opinion about Nike.
I'm not impressed.
Nike's a marketing firm. It's a marketing firm that is a shoe company, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that they just market better than everybody else.
And I love the Caitlin Clark story. I'm rooting for her. I really am. You don't have to love everything that comes out that has Caitlin's name on it, or that they try to sell you with Caitlin's name on it. The logo misses for me. It looks like the old Champion logo, which was kind of a cheap sports brand most of my life. I don't associate that C with high class, $140 shoes. That says cheap to me. So the logo does nothing for me. I think they missed big time with that. The shoe is ugly.
And the height of her popularity, sure, she's popular. I'm not denying it, was right when she came into the league. They missed
big time.
To me, this puts a lot of pressure on Caitlin Clark to perform the rest of the year to build momentum for this shoe release.
You've missed it. You've missed it. There is no building momentum now for it. I mean, they'll sell some, and there's a woman's shoe, and that's great for women's sports. It's great for Caitlin. It's okay to have an opinion on it that says, I don't love that. It's not a good-looking shoe. It's not a good-looking logo. And it's horrible timing.
Hey, if you're not feeling right, don't ignore it. Treat it, but treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control. Because at UCI, you will get personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private, tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. When we come back, we'll have the Rush Radio Central City Liquors specials of the week, and also a couple more dad-isms and dad advice, and we'll give away those barrel-age rings from Fiscus Jewelers. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini of Des Moines, and this summer we already have some hot offers. It is convertible season, and right now you can get a Mini Cooper S convertible with rates as low as 2.99 out to 48 months. If you're hoping for more family fun in the sun, you can get an all-new Mini Countryman with rates as low as 0.9 out to 48 months. And current Mini owners, you get up to $2,000, and if you haven't had a Mini yet, you can get up to $1,500 on top of that great rate. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit your favorite Mini motoring advisor or us online at miniofdesmoines.com.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiskus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Looking for a new car that fits your lifestyle and your budget? Willis Nissan has you covered. The affordable and fuel-efficient Nissan Kicks to the spacious and high-tech Nissan Rogue. Willis Nissan has the vehicle you need for your weekday commute, summer road trips, and everything in between. And right now at Willis Nissan, you can take advantage of 0% APR financing on select new Nissan models. Don't wait. Get the best deal on the perfect Nissan at Willis Nissan. Stop into our showroom today or check us out online at willisnissan.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
Don't forget about the Rush Freedom Feast giveaway presented by the Iowa Fireworks Farm. You could win fireworks, a Weber Kettle Grill from the Ace Hardware in Johnston and Ankeny, and a barbecue bundle from the Des Moines Bacon Company. All you have to do is register now at therushladio.com and be on your way to win the $800 Mob Stars from the Iowa Fireworks Farm, that Weber Kettle Grill from Ace Hardware in Johnston and Ankeny, and as I mentioned, that barbecue bundle box from Des Moines Bacon Company. If you, go ahead.
Okay. Ace Hardware in Johnston and Ankeny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yep.
Now, if you want $50 in fireworks, all you have to do is tag us on social media or send me. I'm finding sending me the picture is a lot better. For some reason, our tags aren't coming up on X. But a patriotic photo. Got some really good ones coming in this week. And tomorrow we'll be giving away a $50 gift certificate to our good friends from the Iowa Fireworks Farm. And hopefully next week we will hear from Wade from the Iowa Fireworks Farm. and talk about what exactly is the Mob Stars. The Mob Stars.
I love that idea. We're getting everybody involved. We've got to get Chris is our buddy from the Ace Hardwares in Ankeny and Johnston. That's where I need to go because man, I'm much more of a fan of getting the grill from from Ace. First of all, I'm an Ace Rewards member, so.
Are you now?
Oh yeah, membership has its privileges.
Whether it's Ace, Baumgars, Tractor Supply, I get lost in those places. I have no business being in there. Yeah. I'm not qualified to use any of the stuff in there.
Yeah,
but I get lost in there. It's
dude, a Menards, and Menards has like grocery aisle too. And all of a sudden I'm back there like, well, if I go camping, I'm gonna need a pound of trail mix.
Oh, look at these gummies. Their package, it's not a branded package. They must have made the gummies here.
Well, they've got chocolate covered peanuts and chocolate covered cashews and chocolate covered almonds and chocolate. And I cannot.
I'm going to buy some Carhartt.
I can't see a Menards sign without hearing Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Menards. That fella.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate fake Bob Vanderplats every day at around 7:30 when we go to break. He kind of I read it in like a Brockmeyer type of tone. Every day, if you're not a part of the chat. Exactly right. Exactly right. Poor fake Bob. Every day, his wife is leaving him for some
my wife,
other.
Lucy, to my surprise, I walk in the house.
Imagine my surprise. This today's it was when your wife leaves you for a pro golfer who's never finished better than 24th, made a career out of $5,000 checks. Crack open a Body Armor and realize you're replaced by a man just making the cut.
We do want to thank Noel Fiskus up at Fiskus Jewelers because he has been a great supporter of the show for a long time, done a lot of good giveaways over the past year, and this Father's Day is no different. We've been doing Dad's Distilled Wisdom all week. Your chance to win one of these barrel-aged rings that are absolutely fabulous. They're valued between $400 and $600. That's a good gift. Really good gift. And we've been asking you.
I'm not much of a ring guy or jewelry guy, but you always have been. But the thing I always loved about that is they're always conversation starters.
Yes.
They're like every piece of jewelry, when your wife is wearing rings, it's always fun to be like, whoa, what's that one? And these are conversation starting jewelry pieces. Like when I saw them on the desk, I was like, these are freaking sweet. There's about I don't want to overstate it. I think there were 4, 5, 6 different styles, colors, shades, and you can't look at them and not go, whoa, these are cool.
And usually the first conversation is, where'd you get that?
Yeah, exactly.
And you go, Fiskus Jewelers in Ankeny. That's where I got it.
How'd you get that? I told a story about my dad.
That's right.
Told a story about my dad.
We got 2 more submissions today.
Okay.
And you've kept a list of what we had. I'm not going to go back and read all those, but you've got stars by them. This one's from Joe.
Okay.
He goes, well, this didn't come from my dad, but one day in high school, I was on the mound having an off night. My coach walked up to the mound and called everyone and kicked dirt off the rubber, looked at us in the eye and said, never use a dirty rubber. Pat me on the back and walked off. Still chuckle about it to this day.
That was Joe, you said?
Yeah, that was Joe. This one comes from
that's a good one. Real quick, I'll tell you that's a classic baseball coach move there, right?
Yeah,
you know what he's doing.
That's the Kirkland bourbon right there. I mean, it's good everyday bourbon. It's not a Weller.
Oh, this is what you were saying. You're doing the okay. Yeah, see, these are I like the keep your pecker in your pants. What was the one that Dan's if you're shaking it more than twice, you're playing with it.
Yeah.
But these are you're right. These are the low hanging fruits. These are this is playing in the gutter a little bit. I like
Now,
what the coach did there, though, because all the coach is doing is just getting your mind off of throwing pitches.
Now, our last one that I'm going to read comes from, you ready for this name? Gerald. When's the last time you heard Gerald? Now, I'm sure he might go by Jerry, but it's Gerald on the email.
Yeah.
This is like look at this, Ross. This is like an ode. This is like an ode. This, and to me, just me personally, I'm not saying you'll say that this is like a Pappy Van Winkle. This is
the one you've been hyping up here.
This is the one I really like.
All right, Gerald, just so you know, Travis has built up the expectations. The worst thing that could possibly happen before somebody reads a piece that you've written. Travis has built up the expectations. He's told us now that it's going to be one of the greatest things we've ever heard.
Now, I'm assuming Gerald listens daily. I assume everybody in the world listens to our show daily. And I think this is like an ode to his dad, meaning that it took him till the last day to write this thing because he's been thinking about it.
But you think this is an ode to his dad?
He relives a lot of memories here.
What are we getting into here? What have you signed us up for on this journey?
I don't know. I'm probably building it up more than I should. Travis and Ross. I grew up in a household of 3 boys and a dad that was a college D-line coach and a mom that was a PE teacher / college fitness center director.
Wow, that's a tough house.
We lived in the country on a gravel road surrounded by farmland and woods in northeast Iowa. My dad raised us to love the land and all the bounty it offered, whether it come from the area's streams, rivers, and lakes, woods, or uplands. We had a wrestling mat in the unfinished basement and a wood full of forts.
This is freaking awesome. What a childhood.
My dad is a wise man that listens more than he speaks. But when he does, the words resonate from the football field to everyday life. Here are some simple examples. Let's say we had an ailment or something that hurt. I'd say, Dad, it hurts when I do this. His reply was always, well, if it hurts, don't do it.
Don't do that.
If I came home for sympathy or took a ground ball off the chest or crashed my bike, I'd hear, it's a good thing you're tough. After you hear it, it really sticks. On a trip home from church once, my brothers wouldn't stop fighting. Dad pulled the minivan over, slid the door open, grabbed the 2 of them, proclaimed, if you're going to fight, do it out here, and threw them in the ditch, and then proceeded to drive down the road, leaving them behind. Yes, he did stop about a quarter mile down the road and wait for them to hustle down to catch up.
Yeah.
If he said he was going to do something, he did it. There were and are no threats with him. If we made a poor choice dressing for the elements or did something silly, we hear, if you're not going to be smart, then you better be tough. There's some good ones in here. Each time before one of us was going to meet up with a girlfriend, we'd hear his words of wisdom. Make sure you think with the right head tonight. And was typically said right in front of our girlfriends or our buddies.
Yes.
On the football field, you won't meet many players that at some point didn't hear, do that again and you'll get a size 14 up your ass, which they wouldn't believe him until soon the boot was up their ass. Right. My dad is one of a kind, the kindest yet toughest man I've ever met. Yeah. He played college football and the National Football League when men were men. Wow. Played a few seasons with a broken nose, started at multiple positions at Wisconsin on both sides of the ball, tackle, guard, and linebacker, and was a kicker. He was the last player in the Big Ten to be a position starter and a full-time kicker and still has multiple kicking records at Wisconsin. They don't make them like they used to, that's for sure. That's from Gerald.
Gerald. Yeah, Trav, man, they don't make them like they used to is a real thing. As you go through that, it makes me think of my dad. My dad is like Gerald's dad. He, first of all, a hero. I just am in awe of the man he is. But man, he's like every definition of a man, like Gerald there. See, some of those classic lines sound like a football coach, don't they?
Yeah.
Man, if you're gonna be dumb, you better be tough.
I like the line, and it wasn't advice, but it was leading with advice. If he said he was going to do something, he did it.
That's where it started to remind me of my dad. Like when he said there were no threats, that's a good way to say that. There was never a threat of, hey, I'm going to take that Nintendo away from you. No, the Nintendo came out of the wall at a violent pace. And you knew, oh shit, I fucked up here. I went too far. And Travis, I always thought that served me well in the stupid world of radio where nothing ever happened that was important. And people would freak out. It was so easy to be like, oh, this isn't even a freak out. You guys don't know freak outs. That but kind, built up
not emotionally scarred by any means.
No. Built up a community around him. That's a great one, Gerald. I'm glad you shared that with us. Thank you so much for taking the time to write that.
So you have all the stars. You have all the...
Boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. And we're picking a winner right now, you're saying?
We're picking a winner right now.
Oh, boy.
It's Father's Day on Sunday.
I thought it was going to be really hard to beat Austin. I had a big star by Austin because I liked his a lot.
This was Austin's. I'll read Austin's.
Okay.
Dad wasn't talking or sharing of wisdom type. All the advice I received from him came from observations, from his actions. The advice that I was able to observe and emulate: work hard for the sake of working hard. Treat your wife like a queen. Have your butt in the pew every Sunday. Be stern with the kids when it's time for business. And be kind with them when it's time. Be a kid with them when it's time to play. He would also never swear or fart in front of people because it was rude, but I haven't been able to follow that.
How in the hell do you not fart in front of people? That dude, I'm having a hard time with those two. Both are very, very, very good. And thanks, guys, for giving us both, such great memories of your dad. Man,
I'm letting you pick. I'm letting you pick.
Have to pick.
You're picking.
Goodness, dude.
You're picking, dude.
All right. Okay.
You can flip a coin.
I'm glad that you went back and read Austin's for me because I was initially going to go with Gerald's because I just think that one's really, really, really good.
It's recency bias.
Yeah. I wish I could split the ring in half and give half to each of you fellas. I think I'm going to go with Austin, though.
There you go.
Yep. I think I'm going with Austin. Gerald, that was fantastic, and I loved it. Yeah, loved the backstory there. Maybe because his dad was in the NFL, I'm like, you've had enough privilege in your life. I don't know.
I don't think they made the money back then in the NFL.
Boy, they didn't. They didn't. But they took all the punishment.
Yeah.
Think about that, playing with a broken nose. What a cool life, though, to have grown up with that.
And what stories you get to tell.
Yeah, what a cool thing. And to be grateful for it and appreciative of it. And that's even better. But Austin, for some reason, I was thinking there was something in Austin.
Never heard the man fart to this day.
That's insane. My parents farted in front of me all the time.
I look forward to farting in front of my wife and kids. I'm like, I build one up just so I know it'll be louder.
Oh, and then Hunt Fish Golf, Iowa. That was Gerald. And so his signing bonus was $1,300.
Gerald, just to let you know, you were my pick, but I let Ross.
He bought a gremlin with it.
Blame Ross.
You dick. You dick. And Gerald, here's the thing. Here's why I would have picked Gerald's had I known it was Hunt Fish Golf, Iowa, because he put a comment up a couple weeks ago. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get to that. And I forgot to get to it. But he had just come back from Ballard's.
Oh.
And he was like, dude, I've had a great trip at Ballard's. I don't remember the details of it, Gerald. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. And then I just spiked the football in your face as I gave the win to Austin.
Look at it this way, guys. Fiscus has been great, right? And we'll be doing more giveaways, hopefully. And Gerald, guess what? Go on and register for the fireworks presentation.
Gerald, I'm not kidding you.
Grill.
Gerald's the first guy. When he comments, I'm like, I want to be friends with that guy.
I'm sure he wants to be friends with you. You guys should go fishing together.
Hunt, fish, golf, Iowa. Yeah, I like all those things.
Conan says, we call farts COVID checks in our home.
Call farts COVID?
Because you can smell.
Oh, damn. That one went over my head. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No, we're right over my head.
All right. Gerald, I might want to get your dad on, right? Wouldn't it be fun to talk to his dad about being
They both talked
position
about
player?
Am I missing something? They both talked about their dads like their dads are still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to talk about what
but
the
Austin's
NFL
dad
was.
didn't play in the National Football League.
Austin's dad's so, no, I'm kidding. Neither did my dad, Austin.
You probably noticed that Brian Duax has not been on with us today. Brian had a family emergency this morning that he wasn't able to join us. But that doesn't mean there aren't Central City Liquors specials for this weekend happening today through Sunday at Central City Liquors. Okay? These are your specials. A $7.50 of Tito's. $7.50 of Tito's. Regular price, $19.99. Rush Radio price, $13.99. $13.99 for a $7.50 of Tito's. All Confluence 4-packs, $2 off. So if you want a 4-pack of Confluence beer, $2 off all Confluence 4-packs. Four Roses, all three, and Blade and Bow, $29.99.
I'm trying to get to what the Four Roses are: the single barrel, the small batch select, and the small batch. Am I seeing that right? Or the small batch is even going to be is even okay? Yeah,
well, he's got different. He said ignore below, right?
Okay. So that's the Four Roses and the Blade and Bow are $29.99 Father's Day specials. So Tito's you can get for $14. The Confluence 4-packs are $2 off, and you can get those 3 different Four Roses or
and the
Blade and Bow for $30 for your Father's Day specials.
Go shopping for Father's Day, folks. And dads love if they're not recovering alcoholics, don't drink anymore.
Right.
If you're wondering what to get your dad, you don't get him a tie, you don't get him a belt, you don't get him underwear, you get him alcohol.
Last night, I dropped the kids off. I decided I'm going to go have dinner, and I remember I was going to go to that like Clyde's Fine Dining, but as I'm pulling up to it, Dad calls. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to dinner?" Yeah, I love that. So I go pick up Dad. By the time we got back to Clyde's, it's like an hour and a half wait. So we go over to the east side to Now or Later is the name of this restaurant. Dude, it's fantastic. Fantastic. But not only was the food great, last night I ordered an old fashioned, and it might have been the best old fashioned I've ever had.
Really?
And Dad's like, "Can I have a sip of that?" Dad takes a sip. He's like, "Oh, I want one of those." Like, hell yeah. So normally I would say, yeah, I don't think Dad would go for the Four Roses, the Blade and Bow. I don't think I've ever seen Dad do the Tito's. But after last night, so big thanks to Nikki over at Now or Later who killed it with the old fashions. Even Dad who's a tough critic. He's a tough sell.
So there you go. Get to Central City Liquors. I want to thank Brian. Wish everything the best for him this morning. He should be back on with us next week. Also, Tyler Kluver not going to be able to join us tomorrow. He's got to go to a funeral. Yeah, he texted me last night. He's got to go to a funeral on his wife's side over here on this side of the river. And
man.
So he won't be joining us tomorrow. We do want to remind you that coming up on Monday, our Hour with the AD series continues. Beth Getz from the University of Iowa will be joining us from 7 o'clock until 8 o'clock. And then next Wednesday, Jamie Pollard from Iowa State will be joining us. So we want to thank Brian Harden, who came on with us on Tuesday, Megan Franklin, who came on with us on Wednesday. Insightful conversations. If you have questions that you'd like us to ask, email them to Ross at therushradio.com or Travis at therushradio.com, or just put both of us in there, and we'll try to ask your questions, because we don't have them all. We just have a conversation, and most of our questions, Ross, come from answers they give.
Yeah,
right? You're
absolutely. We've got a couple written down that we want to try to get to direct the conversation in certain ways. But Megan Franklin was one. I've never had the chance to even hear her speak, quite frankly. I had no idea what to expect. That was a lot of information yesterday. It was really interesting. She was fun to talk to. I hope we get a chance to get to know her on a little bit more of a personal level. Dude, what an incredible perspective she had. If you missed it, she worked at Virginia Tech when they had their the shootings there on campus, and helped a lot of the people that were wounded or survivors of that. Like, what a perspective on sports when people knock on the door and say, "Hey, I got a big problem." Okay. Let's figure out this sports thing. So I think that was interesting to hear, to get to know her. I hope we get a chance to do that again.
So again, 2 more conversations coming up, and looking forward to that. A couple other things that we didn't get to today. The College World Series championship is now set. Oklahoma beat Georgia last night. North Carolina beat West Virginia. So you have a best 2 out of 3 College World Series championship series starting on Saturday. And North Carolina playing for its first national title. Oklahoma's won one before. Eric Church was hanging around the stadium yesterday. So Eric Church was at the stadium. But the College World Series, the nice thing is North Carolina and Oklahoma haven't lost yet. So you get 2 days off now, Ross. You got fresh pitching now going into.
Oh, good.
So both teams will be full of fresh pitchers, and you're going to get the
how
best.
It should be. It should be the best. Both teams get to put their best foot forward. Cool. That'll be a fun weekend.
Real quick, did you hear what happened at the College World Series? Troy, making its first appearance, had $35,000 worth of camera gear ripped off out of their team bus.
Oh,
Who does
way. Dude, first of all, $35,000, and I'm not being flippant about it. That's a bag.
Anymore, yeah.
That's a bag.
I mean, I look around here and I'm like, oh, I can see how it adds up quick.
But doesn't knock it down. Man, that sucks.
Yeah, who does that? Who goes?
People. People.
Well, I did have a couple thoughts. Like, 1, who does that? But 2, why was the bus left unattended? Usually the driver stays in there.
Yeah, not the victim's fault. But yeah, that's a shitty thing to have happen. Oh, man.
Fun show today. What's
your Thursday today? Just getting after it, huh?
Getting after it. Got some work I got to do. Got to pick up a car from the service. Get new spark plugs put in my Nissan
good
Pathfinder.
Day. Good day. I gotta get some docs signed. Got some closings next week. Gotta get prepared.
You're rolling into money.
I's dotted, T's crossed, baby. Trust me, it's going. I'm headed to Willis today also, so it's going places.
You gonna get that Pathfinder?
We'll talk about it.
All right. Everybody have a great Thursday. We're back tomorrow at 6 a.m. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Here at Willis Infinity, we have some exciting new things going on, starting with the all-new QX65. We currently have 2 on the ground and more on their way. On top of that, we have all-new 2027 QX60s with rates as low as 2.9% out to 60 months or $3,500 in retail cash. Also, select models, you can lease it for $899 with just $899 due at signing. And finally, for our flagship, we have 0% out to 60 months on the all-new 2026 QX80 or up to $10,000 in retail cash. For more information on these exciting new models and more, visit us online at willisinfinity.com or stop by our...
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you could change your life for life. Play today.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Coming up now, Travis, Ross, and at least one opinion that will get somebody mad online.